They call themselves the Jeish al-Hurr, the Free Syrian Army. They're Syrian certainly, but they're neither free nor what you'd call a professional force. A ramshackle militia protecting Sarakib from government troops who have their town pretty much surrounded. Sarakib is home to a deadly game of cat and mouse. The militiamen opened fire on tanks which we saw stationed along the outer highway. President Assad's snipers, hidden in empty buildings, try to pick the militiamen off. And sometimes government tanks shell the outskirts of town, including this school, which, like every other school in Sarakib, has been shut for the last 3 months. Our journey here wasn't easy, travelling along remote country roads which the government can't control at night. I can't go into the details of how we got into Syria because that might endanger the people who helped us. What I can say is that we walked for several hours across the border in the darkness. We've now been picked up by a car, and that car has been given the all clear to proceed into a Syrian town. Anti-Assad militiamen patrol their own roadblocks, and the resistance network stretches for miles, keeping out not an occupying power, but the authority of their own government. In one village we met an army defector who'd been wounded fighting his former colleagues. He told us he couldn't go to a government hospital out of fear that he'd be shot upon arrival.
Everyone he is going to hospital, the army will arrest him and kill him.
They'll kill you?
Quickly.
Once in Sarakib, many Syrians seemed happy to see us, but their town is a no-man's land. The police and governor have fled. The town's hated Ba'ath Party headquarters have been burnt down. The place is said to be riddled with government informers, and the mobile phone network has been cut. In the town's hospital this morning, we found a woman who said she was shot by a government sniper yesterday. She told me she'd just come out of the dentist and was heading home on the back of a motorbike when the sniper hit. Neither she nor her husband wanted to be identified. Because although these militiamen defend Sarakib, control it they do not. And if government forces ever return, many fear brutal reprisals. We heard what happened in Homs, said this fighter. Maybe it could happen here. An army defector, brandishing his ID card, told me they need weapons, ammunition, medical equipment. Certainly more than the pipe bombs made out of plumbing parts, or the nail bombs containing pesticide and even coffee. Even if their military hardware fails to impress, their spirits are remarkably high. Also says the primary school teacher who sits on the coordination committee of Sarakib's uprising. You say you've got 400 men defending this town, but you're still heavily outnumbered and heavily outgunned, aren't you?
We depend on more troops leaving Assad and upon the strong will of local people. Though we have light weapons, we depend on Allah and the courage of local people.
In Sarakib, even the children, armed with wooden Kalashnikovs, chant death to President Assad. And some of their parents are no less defiant. We won't be satisfied till we have Bashar's head, they sing. We are martyrs, going to heaven. Their loyalty to Syria's 42-year-old regime has been shattered. And surely no amount of state-sanctioned violence will win that loyalty back. Jonathan Rugman, Channel 4 News, Northern Syria.